I am going to show you how I cut this game box journal. So in the first part of the video, I will show you how I cut up the box to do the orientation for creating the journal. And then after is a flip through of this entire cute little vintage journal. All right, let's get started. thanks for joining me. I am sharing my game box, my vintage game box journal. So this is a journal created from a game box. And it was really fun. I, did some discovering with my creativity and came up with this journal. And it is so darn cute. And I know someone will really enjoy this journal. And it was really fun to make. And like I said, I did some new type of creating. So here is just a... this is just like a muslin fabric piece, and it is wound through this this tie that I made. So this actually, I did some recycling. This is actually a purse, piece of a purse strap that was no longer good anymore. So I cut it off, I sewed it on to this vintage. This reminds me of those old pillows that were feather filled. And so kind of vintage fabric, and it's a kind of a rough cotton, and it's got frayed edges. So I folded it over, it's double, okay? And then, so all I basically did was machine sewed these straps on, and so as the book grows, whoops, let me bring this up here. So as the book grows, it can, be bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I just put the muslin through it to make a bow. So that is the strap for it, or the closure. So let's take a look at the book. So this was the size of the box, and I just basically cut it down and made a little curve to the spine. And then I used my, this is freezer tape, and it's by Scotch 3M. And the freezer tape has like this vintage color to it. And I don't know, but if you remember when you had kids, as a kid playing with board games, the boxes, the corner of the boxes would always start breaking apart, and you would grab the masking tape from home and you would tape the edges up. So I thought it was really cool to incorporate some of that, which is what I'm using as freezer tape. And then of course I glued it down just to kind of like give it this taped look, and it's kind of rough, it's just a torn edge here. And so that's how I did that. So this is what the spine looks like. And then this is just some scrapbooking cardstock that I made the back cover with, just to give it a design. And this is a number game, so I thought it was kind of cool to have this numbered scrapbooking paper cardstock. And then, so let's take a look. So this is Parker Brothers French card game, Millie Bornis. I'm not sure how I pronounce it or how it's pronounced right. But this is 1971 here. So this is how old this box is, 1971 Parker Brothers. So let's go on and take a look on the inside of this journal. So I have just some torn pocket here for, let me grab a little tag like or something to stick in there. So this is just a little pocket here in the beginning, and it's just kind of torn. And then so I have a whole assortment of vintage and book pages. This is vintage wrapping paper, and it's kind of like a thick kind. This is pages out of like a journal. Scrapbooking paper that's recycled. All of my items are like recycled and thrifted. This is some really old line paper from a 3-ring binder that I had found, and you can tell by the color of it, it's really aged. And here is a, this is like a book page. No, it's not a book page. It is from a, actually, let me grab it so you can see it really quick. It is from one of these. It was like a, like a dial of flour is what I think of it when I see it. But it had a mechanism here that it was bound, and then you could like flip through and look at them. But I thought, what a wonderful idea. These are already like fussy cut to like fold and put into a journal. So this is one of them right there, and I just thought it was really cool. Okay, and then this is out of a prayer book. This is a book page out, I think it's Helen Steiner Rice. And here is some vintage scalloped stationery writing paper. There's some book page. This is another book page. Here is some ledger. Here is some tracing paper. This is a book page out of an Elvis book. Here is a gold doily. This is scrapbook paper, and you can definitely put this together, glue it, make a pocket if you want. I left the strings on so you can make dangles if you'd like. Here's the other side of the doily. Here is book page. And of course, these are all the other side of those pages. And then here is the other part of these. So I just made a little fold here. You can actually put some ribbon in here. Okay, and then that was the first signature. Whoops, let me get this out of the way here. And then this is the second signature. This is a book page. This is some like really light vellum paper. I just thought it was really pretty that it peeks through to these daisies, which is a book page. Oh no, this is not a book page. This is, wait a minute. Oh, this is wrapping paper. It's like, yes, it's like a vintage wrapping paper. And here is another type of a journal ledger. It's a different color. Here is some coffee or tea dyed tablet paper that I did. It's kind of a purple, but now it's not so bright anymore because I coffee dyed it. Here's a doily. Here's a craft envelope that you can do whatever you'd like. Scrapbook paper. Here's a vintage book page. Isn't that pretty? Here is some music paper. Book page. Here is a piece of wallpaper border. Here is another paper of that lined vintage paper. Here is a page from a spiritual booklet, and they just have really beautiful sayings and things in it. And here is a scrapbook paper. See, aren't they just beautiful? Okay, and here's basically the other side of all of those papers. I really loved doing these eclectic look of assortment of book pages and papers and stuff. Everything here in this book is all thrifted or recycled. So the last signature, this has 3 signatures. The last signature is coffee tea dyed paper, scrapbook paper, another page of the lined paper. This is really neat, raffia-like. It's used for, you know, I don't know what it's used for actually. Probably making bows, you know, and stuff like that on packages. But it just has such beautiful writing, and it's kind of, you know, it's thick. And I thought, why not stick it in journals? So I did that. Here is some like handmade paper. Here's a book page. And then this is a piece of wrapping paper. And here is a recipe book page. And then this is a vintage greeting card, which you could glue shut, or you could cut it here and have it flip up. And look at all this journaling space. Book page. Here is an old, it's like, what is it? Miles Run Overtime. I think it's like a train record. Vintage. This is out of a sewing type book. Isn't it pretty? gray ring binder here. Here's another page from the spiritual books. Isn't that beautiful? It's just gorgeous. I love those. I get them from a thrift store that has them right by the doorway, and it says free. You know, it's like, you know, where your Bibles and stuff like that are. And I always grab them because they're just such beautiful ones. Here's some more music paper, vintage, some scrapbook paper. And then, of course, this is all the other sides of those. Beautiful pages. Beautiful, beautiful pages. Here's the inside of that greeting card. See, it was like inside of a scrapbook at one time. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. And then here is the other half of that envelope. You can do whatever you want to that. There you go. And then this is the back. So definitely fun, fun, fun little miniature. Well, let's take a measurement too if you want to see how big it is. It is really only 4 and looks like 13/16 by 6.5. So it is really cute. Very, very cute. And you know, with a handmade closure that I did, and you can just tie it up, you know, as a bow or do whatever you'd like. It's so much fun, this little thing. I just love it. So cute. So, so, so cute. Actually, you know what? I didn't do it like that last time. I tied it different. So what I did is I did this type of a tie where you take it together and then you turn it onto itself. That's how I made that bow. So there you go. So there is a vintage box journal all ready to go for someone who would love to write and create in it. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, bye-bye.